YouTube? JC Sim Gaming here. We're going to be starting a brand new game and series on the channel today. It's going to obviously be Farming Simulator 2025. Alright, today we're going to be starting up on a rags to riches. We're going to start with $0. Alright, we're going to start with $0. We're going to have to work our way all the way up through everything. We're going to end up starting off as with doing contracts until we get enough money to start being able to do everything else we need to do. Alright, we're going to be starting off at a base game, River Bend Springs. So let's go ahead and get into it, everyone. So as we're sitting here waiting for the game to load in, I'm gonna we have some mods in this game right now. It's mostly quality of life. There's a few tractors and whatnot with it. So as we spawn in here, you see that we are at what is normally the farm. This is the base farm where we start off everything. Nice big farm. Yes, we switch around to a different contract. It's gonna be a bale wrapping contract. I hate doing the other contracts, those wood contracts with cranes. They are very particular in how you do them, how you operate on them. If you didn't know that already. I hate driving cranes, I hate doing all of that. It's not fun at all. So, right now we're going to go bale some hay on field 35. Alright guys, we're going to figure out where field 35 is and then we're going to head on up there. Alright, field 35, it's up here at the top of the map, alright? field here that we're going to start wrapping bales. So, get this thing ready and operational here. Turn it on. And then we're going to come up to this first bale right here. It looks like there's only 4 bales on here. And this one at this point. Let it do its thing here. And then we're just going to unload it and keep on going. Like I said, this field, it's a smaller field, only 4 little bales I got to wrap. It's not that good of a payout, but it's still better than nothing. Here, oop, I'm going to run over and miss it completely. Alright, get it in there. Have it do its thing again. Alright, with that, we'll go ahead and come back in here. We finished this contract up here. Let me go ahead and hit collect $600. Get a little $600 here, but we're going to lose some money, which is not a big deal. So, our next thing here looks like we got a bunch of different jobs here. So we got a harvesting job. Field 24, which is a bigger field. Which you might end up doing that one. Or you have Field 6, where they want you to go take it all the way up to the top corner. So, I think what we're going to go and do is we're going to go ahead and go for this big first one here, this Field 24. Go ahead and borrow the items. And get back to the farm. Get back over here. So, the first things we're going to do here, obviously we're going to go ahead and get everything connected. And then get it on its way. We have a pretty decent sized header, which is nice. So we're going to get this header put onto the trailer here. Onto that there, and then we're going to go ahead and get it hooked onto our harvester here. And we're going to head up to Field 24, which is pretty much back where we just were. Pretty sure. Yeah, no, opposite side. All right, so we're going to go out. We're going to hit the bridge, cross, and then come up. So I will catch up with y'all once I get everything up there. Okay, YouTube, we are officially back. We're going to go and drop this here, get our combine unfolded and ready to go. So we can go ahead and start up our harvest here. Turn it on. We already got the harvester going here. We're gonna just harvest this field for this farmer. Get paid for it.
I've walked through valleys dark and wide, with questions buried deep inside. But I held on to faith and grace, even when I couldn't see your face. This world fades, but your word stays. It leads me through my final days. On the other side I will rise, bathed in love that never dies. No more sorrow, no more night, just the Savior's endless light. I've heard the whispers of the wind, like voices of old faithful friends. They call from past the great divide, where no more broken hearts reside. On the other side I will rise, bathed in love that never dies. No more sorrow, no more night, just the Savior's endless light. So when my time comes, don't you cry. I'll be home beyond the sky, in that land where angels roam. I'll be resting safe at home. On the other side we'll reunite.
Alright, so we just got done harvesting that field, as y'all can see. My trailer here is full, so we're gonna go ahead and take this down to where the to where we have to drop it off at, which is right down the road by field 27.
I've walked through valleys dark and wide, with questions buried deep inside. But I held on to faith and grace, even when I couldn't see your face. This world fades, but your word stays. It leads me through my final days. On the other side I will rise, bathed in love that never dies. No more sorrow, no more night, just the Savior's endless light. I've heard the whispers of the wind, like voices of old faithful friends. They call from past the great divide, where no more broken hearts reside. On the other side I will rise, bathed in love that never dies. No more sorrow, no more night, just the Savior's endless light. So when my time comes, don't you cry. I'll be home beyond the sky, in that land where angels roam.
1,100 bushels of canola. We'll drop that off and then we'll go ahead and end this contract. So far we've made about 1,100 bucks. So it's not bad for a contract here. Again, offload. Alright, so made just about $1,500 in profits today. Or on this contract, which is really, really good. We'll go ahead and accept this contract here. And let's go ahead and get over to our next contract here, guys. Field 25, we're going to be doing this smaller field up in the same area that we were just at, so let's go and get the combine up there, and we'll come back, get the tractor, and the trailer, and the tipper, so we'll go and have that up there, and then start the harvest. So we're up here, this field right behind us is what we're going to be harvesting. It looks like it's going to be either wheat or canola again. Got the header, the harvester and the tractor and the tipper trailer here. So we're going to go ahead and get to work on this. Hopefully bring in some good amount of money. extra six almost 7K from that. All right, we're gonna be getting $5,000 from this contract as well. All right, YouTube. So we have $43,000 in the bank. What I want to do is I want to see if I can find a field. It's pretty cheap, something small. That's not going to cost a whole lot of money. There's 48, probably about 25. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go look at this field up here. And I'm going to go ahead and actually buy this field up here. So I want to have this field for my farm. So I can have a place to be able to buy a building. Buy me a house. Put me a house on this land. But I don't, unfortunately, have enough money for a house. So I need $55,000 for the house. But YouTube, I believe this is going to end. I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. This farmland here that I have, it's a grass field. I'm going to end up next episode working on trying to get some more money, work on some more contracts, get me some more money in the bank so I can put a house on this field and continue from there. But for now, this is JC Sim Gaming ending.